The presidential palace. He's running a little late. He was expected here around 12:05, and now he's going to enter in a short while from now. That's it looks like the first clearance route, the opening road party. In a short while from now, we're being told that Joe Biden is expected to come in any time now. That's the first arrival of the police authorities just to clear the route, because that's the route that President Joe Biden is going to take. We'll stay with these images because this is an indication that he should be reaching any time now. As you can see, everyone on standby right now. Our camera person, Surendra Singh Rawat, is getting you those latest images. That looks like the arrival. It's expected that President Joe Biden should be coming in any time now. He was expected to come in around 12:05, but it appears that he's running late for the bilateral meeting that was supposed to start at 12:15. It's already 12:30 right now here in Warsaw. As you see right now, an indication that President Joe Biden would be going in for that all-important meeting that's going to take place. As you see, that's right. On your screens right now, that's the cavalcade coming in. Looks like the cavalcade of President Joe Biden coming in right now. A lot of people on the streets right now. That's the reason why you see all positions have already been taken in. That's President Joe Biden's cavalcade that's already come in. President Joe Biden would be entering right now in a short while from now inside the presidential palace, where he's going to have that bilateral meeting. That's the cavalcade of President Joe Biden that has already arrived. As you can see, he's going to be taken inside. He's going to be taken on your screens. On your screens, you're going to look at President Joe Biden entering right now. On your screens, that's the entering of President Joe Biden now entering the presidential palace. He's running late, but we're now given to understand that he is going to go inside. As you see, the U.S. State Security Service also accompanying. That's President Biden entering the presidential palace, where the military, the guard of honor that's going to take place. We're getting you the latest images on your screens. That's the best visuals that we can get you from the vantage point of President who's going to enter right now the presidential palace, following which there is going to be a guard of honor that's also going to be given, and he's going to be welcomed by the Polish authorities, Polish president who's going to have the bilateral meeting right now. You have the U.S. Security Service that's actually gone inside, and all the measures that are now being taken for the president's entry. All U.S. officials also that you see right now on your screens that's accompanying President Biden. Remember, this is going to be the all-important meeting as to see how exactly Poland can directly help Ukraine, and how is it that the United States of America can provide some help to Poland, so that in the days to come, if at all the situation worsens from now, given the fact that Russia has only amped up their offensive right from the naval exercises that have been carried out, missiles that have been launched from the Black Sea, given the fact that this appears to be yet another attempt that is being made by Russia to carry on with their offensive in Ukraine. So it's going to be extremely important how this meeting actually pans out. With Poland making it abundantly clear, with a bitter history that they've had with the Russians, they are not willing to compromise right now. They are saying that they're going to stand firmly with Ukraine, shoulder to shoulder, is what the Polish authorities have made it very clear, unlike what you have seen in the past as far as other countries. Let me just also show you what you're seeing right now. All the officials, there's a massive cavalcade of the US president here that has arrived at the presidential palace, and this is the movement of all the US officials who are going in right now. Also, you have the US Army, representatives of the US Army also present here, all going inside the presidential palace, as the meeting that was scheduled at 12:15 this afternoon, which appears to be a little delayed right now. That's going to start in a short while from now. There's a long queue. There's a long line of number of people. Also, the in-pool camera persons and journalists coming in from the United States of America have also been going inside right now. The palace, in fact, we are the only Indian network right now just closest to the presidential palace who have been given access by the Polish authorities to report from here. That's why we are being able to give you this latest image from a very vantage point of a very important meeting. Remember, this is the first visit that President Joe Biden has made to Europe since the beginning of the invasion, and some very important statements that have been made by President Joe Biden in the last 24 hours. Not to forget, very uncharacteristic of a statement that was made by President Biden, who said that he essentially hoped that he could actually enter the Ukrainian side. It remains to be seen whether at all that's going to happen, because now the reports also suggesting that he could be actually meeting the foreign and defense minister of Ukraine. Whether that meeting is going to take place inside the presidential palace, that's not very clear, nor has the White House right now confirmed whether that meeting with the Ukrainian side is actually going to take place. Not very sure what's actually the reason why for this delay for the entry of the US president. The cavalcade, as you see right now, as I can also ask our camera person to just show you, this is the entire cavalcade of President Joe Biden with all the jammers that you see on the streets right now of this royal route. And as you can see, all US officials are also now entering the presidential palace. What is expected is the moment that's the limousine that's basically entering right now the presidential palace. He is also going to be received by President Duda and also the military band. There you see, I'll ask our camera person, the guard of honor that's going to begin right now, and perhaps on your screens you're going to get the first image of President Joe Biden as he steps out of his car and is received by the Polish authorities, and also the guard of honor that's going to take place in a short while from now. That's the latest that we are getting you from outside the presidential palace, where the bilateral meeting is going to take place. Of course, it started on a delayed note. Right now, the car being just parked near the entrance of the presidential palace. Expected that the president is going to step out anytime now, received by the Polish authorities. Looks like, as our camera person is also reporting, that President Joe Biden expected to step out of the car anytime now, received by the Polish authorities, then take it straight inside for the 2-hour-long scheduled bilateral meeting that's going to take place, where he discusses first the humanitarian crisis that Europe is facing right now, given the fact that there's been a large influx of the migrants, of Ukrainians who have been forced out of their homeland and they're entering into the European nations. And of course, Poland plays one of the most important role right now in Europe, given the fact that they've received over 2 million refugees that have come in. That's the military band which is going to play out anytime now. US President Joe Biden's car that is coming out right now, as you can see on your screen. See, all preparations that have essentially been made right now of the US President's visit in Poland. Remember, the reason why it's been touted as a significant visit, because US is certainly expected to play the leading role as far as the West is concerned. But remember, they face some massive challenges. The challenges in terms of leading the European nations, and what role will the United States of America play when they made it abundantly clear that they do not want to get their hands dirty right now by putting their soldiers on the ground in Ukraine. That's something that has been completely... I'll once again show you, that's the President Joe Biden's car that has just come out after the President has stepped out, and now, as you can see, he's actually going to get the guard of honor, and once that is over, perhaps we will only be getting much of the audio of when the band plays. Unlikely that we'll be able to get you a very closer look, but we'll try our best to get you the best visual of as the military band plays. It looks like we're zooming out a little bit and losing the focus, but once again, we'll try and see if we can get you a clearer image right now of President Joe Biden as he enters inside. There you have it on your screens. I'll ask Rawatji, here you have the Polish authorities. President Joe Biden can be seen right now. He's being introduced with all the Polish authorities. There you have it on your screens. Perhaps now you will be able to identify that's the President of the United States of America who's being introduced by President Duda with the other officials who are going to be present in that bilateral meeting that's actually going to take place. It's going to be very important to look at whether at all the Ukrainian side, whether they are also going to be present there. That's a confirmation that we'll have to wait from the White House right now in terms of the meetings that are going to take place. This meeting, the bilateral meeting, was supposed to continue till about 2:30 this afternoon. The fact is that with the delay in the start, there is a possibility that this could take much more time than what we had expected. As I can see from here, President Joe Biden now entering the presidential palace or moving towards. I'll just try and get a glimpse of it, a closer glimpse, and if Rawatji can also try and also get a closer look. There you have it. The Guard of Honor has now begun.
मिल रहा था अभी हट गया फ्रेम से
Znajduje kompanię reprezentacyjną Wojska Polskiego do powitania.
Well, that's the military band of Poland and the Guard of Honor that was actually taking place. That's got over, and President Joe Biden has now entered the presidential palace. Republic Media Network getting you all the latest images right now. As you see, that's the Guard of